So, welcome to the Diversity Dialogue with me. I have two guests this Friday. I have Kalila Scott and I have Kenneth Ellington. Welcome to the show.
All right, thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. So, Kalila, why don't we start with you? Give a big bit background of who you are, what you're doing, and same thing with you, Kenneth, right after, and then we'll dive in.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm Kalila Scott, currently a senior with Purdue University Global, studying in information technology, information security, and assurance. And I'm the founder of TechSec Chicks, which is a women's organization that is geared towards fellowshipping and supporting women through their tech journeys. And currently newly just hired as a security compliance analyst, which is a GRC position for a new company, all remote.
Awesome. Kenneth, your story.
Sure thing. My name is Kenneth Ellington. I'm based out of Dallas, Texas. So I graduated from the University of South Florida about a year ago, 2020. So my degree is in cybersecurity. Currently, right now, I work as a SIM security engineer. Previously, before that, I worked as a security threat intelligence analyst at public supermarkets. And before I just got promoted, I worked as a software engineer doing Java development. So normally I work with different SIM technologies such as QRadar, Splunk, or some SOAR platforms like Resilient SOAR.
Got it. And you're also a Star Wars fan, I hear.
Yes, I'm a huge Star Wars fan.
Same.
Uh, all right. So let's dive in. So, Kalila, coming back to you. So, at what point did you decide that cyber security is your chosen path, and what made you go down that path?
I've always been interested in technology. I'm a gamer as well, a lifelong gamer. So, always into technology. One incident that kind of got me was, my grandmother got social engineered, and you can't play with people's grandmas. Like, you know what I mean? It just kind of intrigued me a little bit to figure out how this was done, or you always get the scammy emails and the spam and things of that nature, so it just kind of sparked my interest a little bit. I'm kind of old school, so I decided to go back to school, and I was going to go for anything that was information technology, and I stumbled across the InfoSec path. And I was like, that would be really awesome to be able to help protect systems and, computers. And so I just really got interested in it then. I thought the curriculum was definite, like it would be definitely good at the pace that I was wanting to go. So that's kind of how I got started. And now it's just like down the rabbit hole.
Okay, so Kenneth, I know. So how you made the shift from software engineering to cyber again? What was the trigger points for you?
So originally I was in cybersecurity back when I was in college, so that was my degree path. And then I couldn't, I wasn't sure if I wanted to do cybersecurity or software engineering. And then the firm I work for called DTCC came along. They gave me a really enticing offer, so I decided to become a software engineer. It was about, I want to say, probably 9 months into my career as a software engineer. I was sitting down in my bedroom because I was trying to get my Java Oracle cert. It was like 9:30 at night. I was reading my book. I put down my book. I shook my head. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I don't want to do this for the rest of my life. And so, and so I spoke to my firm, and I asked them if I could transition back into cybersecurity as a security engineer. They said yes, and I've been a SIM engineer since August.
Wow. So talk a little bit about, I know, I mean, since both of you are newly into cyber, in case of Kalila, you're about to, right? But given your TechSec Chicks, I think the idea of what it is, and you've seen others break into cyber as well. So I wanted to kind of, if you were to, again, in the case of Kenneth, I mean, you've already been in the role for a bit. So can you project out in terms of what were some of the things, or what are some of the learnings, if you will, that are myths that aren't true, or things that you didn't anticipate that are turning out to be realities for you?
So some of the big things that aren't true, I would say, I guess just like an overall IT, professional cybersecurity, I think there's this like nomenclature that you have to be good either in math or you have to be like a programmer, which isn't true. I mean, I guess it's always good to just be good in math in general, but that's not necessarily the fact for cybersecurity. I know a lot of people that suck at math and hate doing math, but are really cybersecurity wizards and are really good inside the firm. Same thing for programming. Again, I never want to spend my entire life building like software applications. My dad loves it. He's been on for 25 years, but that's not me. That doesn't like pique my interest. I guess the bare minimum is probably be being good at scripting, maybe with Python or Bash. That'll be helpful, but I wouldn't say it's required. And what are things that I thought wasn't true, but actually was? Um, it's not it's not who you know. No, it's not what you know, it's who you know. But I think for me, I take a step further. I say it's not who you know, it's who knows you. Like for example, I know who LeBron James is, but he knows who the hell I am. You know what I mean? So it's just having those connections and be able to network with people is incredibly key. You'll open up so many doors. That's how I got promoted inside my new role here, and that's how I got my original job as well. So just being able to talk to people, make those connections is honestly an invaluable skill, in my opinion.
I
Wow.
definitely will piggyback off of that. The people networking has opened up so many doors for me. Like, you know, I took the Security Plus this January and passed. That exam was bought for me from someone from Twitter. My internship, someone reached out to me in my DMs on Twitter, and I ended up getting a cybersecurity internship with Florida Blue. The job that I have now, the post was on Twitter. Like, I literally reached out to him via the DMs, did the application, interviewed, and now I have a job. One myth, like he said, knowing how to code or program, that is definitely a myth. You don't have to know how to do that in every position in cybersecurity, but it's kind of put out there as you should know how to do it. I think one more myth that most people that I saw that were like veterans in the industry, they had this myth that your first cyber job or first position, you can't make six figures. I am living proof that you can. With zero experience, other than my internship and just my learning through school and little outside learning that I do, but with zero experience, it can happen for you. So I think that's definitely one of those myths, and it's good to see somebody like me and somebody like Kenneth, you know, break into this industry, breaking rules, because it just gives other people inspiration to just keep going, keep pushing.